if we choose to heal, then we go no contact, we work on ourselves, therapy and all of those things. Then a lot of realization kicks in, then we start prioritizing our own self, and change happens. But till the time you are with them, you know nothing good will happen to you. Yeah. So yes, I mean, this is the cost that you pay, knowingly, unknowingly, directly, indirectly, when it comes to pleasing your narcissistic parent. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about the cost of pleasing narcissistic parents. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So we know who these narcissistic parents are. I mean, they are narcissistic individuals who choose to get into relationship, who choose to get married and start family because they want more sources of supply, a supply source that never leaves them, a supply source that is there at their disposal, and that's it. They don't start family for healthy reasons, out of love, altruistic reasons. No, it's all about return. If they are friends with you, it's for return. If they are in relationship with you, it's for return. If they bring you in this world, I mean, if they choose to have children, that's also for return. Yeah. And I mean, it's really frustrating because if you look around, 80% or 90% of the people are narcissistic individuals. Yeah, undiagnosed narcissistic individuals. And they are basically into getting into relationship for return, starting family, having children for return. And it's really sad. Yeah, because in that entire process, the spouse is messed up. Yeah, the kids are messed up, they are dysfunctional, they have a lot of challenges, they have a lot of problem. So it's not healthy. The family that is started by these narcissistic individual is never healthy. It's toxic, dysfunctional, and it suffocates you, it stunts your growth. Yeah. So you might be flourishing, you might be well off, but if you get in relationship with narcissistic individuals, everything will go away. You'll just be drained, depleted, and you'll be I would say um, screwed, beyond imagination. That's how damaging it is to be with narcissistic individuals. And when we look at children who are raised in narcissistic household, that's even more damaging. I mean, like, I am a product of narcissistic household, and trust me, I personally feel disabled at times, psychologically, emotionally, mentally. They really cripple you. And once you go no contact, or once they are dead and gone, I mean, your narcissistic parent, you know healing never really stops. You can never fully recover from all that damage that they do to you in your childhood. And your entire lifetime is all about fixing yourself, patching yourself up, you know um, accommodating things, working things out. And there is extra effort that you have to put in your life, in your relationship, in everything that you do. You have to work hard. It's like 10x, or you can say 100x more. Yeah. For normal individuals, okay, I get it, challenges are there, issues are there, but you really don't have to spend your entire life healing and recovering and reparenting yourself. But when you are raised by narcissistic parents, you know you have to keep reparenting yourself, you have to keep unlearning shit, you have to keep working on yourself. It's a I would say it's a never ending process when you are raised by narcissistic parents. I mean, till now, sometimes I face a lot of challenges in processing certain feelings and emotion. And the credit goes to my narcissistic parent. They did break me into a million pieces. And trust me, I mean, I'm 30 plus. And it's been really long that I am working on myself. And still I feel that there are areas where I need to work, and where I need to counsel my own self, I need to patch up, I need to fix myself. So it's really painful. They damage you beyond repair. I don't think I can ever say that I'm the same person that I was, in the childhood initially. I'm no more the same person. I am absolutely different. I have got problem trusting people. I fear betrayal. I'm anxious, a lot of times. I'm, battling, anxiety. A lot of things are happening. So it's not easy. If someone says that you have got no contact and you have healed and evolved and you're flourishing, please, that's all BS. Don't buy that, because it's a painful process and it takes a lifetime. Trust me. I think you know um, I mean, if I am on my deathbed, that time also, I will have to, counsel myself. I will have to work on myself, and I'll have to put in extra effort, yeah, so that I, pass over smoothly. I will have to, put in extra effort on my own self. So it's not easy, and it's not that just go no contact and things are fine and back on track and you are reset and you are perfect and everything is healed and you have forgotten, almost like a memory wipe, and everything is erased. No. The kind of conditioning they put you through, the kind of brainwash, manipulation, criticism, the abuse that they put you through, that leaves scars for the rest of your life. So it's not easy, yeah. So I mean, now coming to the cost of pleasing narcissistic parents, what are the different ways you can please your narcissistic parent. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys that go ahead and please them, but I'm telling you, sometimes we do it without knowing. Our body responds differently around narcissistic parents. So we tend to do things in order to avoid their narcissistic rage, wrath and fury. And it's all basically to protect our own self, yeah. I mean, it's not that we consciously try to please them, but we know if we fail to please them, they will make us feel miserable and horrible. Yeah, they will leave no opportunity, and they will leave no chance to hurt us back. So the best way is to do things that they want, yeah. And it's all about pleasing them. Now I mean, after going no contact, spending time on my own self, studying, helping others, having various realization, now I realize that they train you and they groom you just to please them, yeah. And we often think that we are trying to protect ourselves, yeah. But they don't train us to protect ourselves by saying no and standing up for ourselves. No, they train us to protect ourselves by becoming a people pleaser, yeah. And I mean, of course, I mean, parent pleasers are the ones who grow up to be people pleasers. So ideally, in a healthy setup, parents will tell you that if something is hurting you, say no, refuse, talk about it, yeah. Confront the abuser, yeah. But in narcissistic families, you are trained and groomed to keep your mouth shut, suffer in silence, and do anything and everything that pleases them. Yeah. And in that process, you are burning yourself out. In that process, you're drained, depleted, exhausted, and you lose a lot of things. Now, coming to the different costs, that we pay, in the process of pleasing our narcissistic parent, the first is financial drain. They expect you to pay with money, treating financial support as proof of loyalty. So if you are loyal to me, you are going to financially support me and you are going to pay me, yeah. And they condition you, guilt trip you. They are going to gaslight you. They are going to make you believe that you are their only savior, yeah. And when that gets activated inside of you, you are ready to move mountain and do anything. And in that process, trust me, you don't focus on your own investment, you don't focus on your well-being, you don't focus on financial literacy, you don't focus on any kind of investment. You just earn and you just give it to them, yeah. That's how they program you. I mean, you might keep aside some bare minimum to spend on your own self and on your family, but they are like parasites. And they will siphon a lot of money out of you, and they will make you believe that you can prove your loyalty towards them, your love towards them, by paying them, yeah. So you don't have anything for your backup. You don't do any investment, just keep giving them, Yeah, and then they will give you some crumb, they will give you a tiny bit of validation. Thank you so much. That's nice. Good. I mean, if you will not do, who will do? Yeah, so they are going to, exploit you in every way possible. And financial exploitation is one of the things. Yeah, I have seen, in some of the families, they extort money, from their adult children, and they dangle, this carrot in front of the adult children, that all of this is for you only. So what actually is happening, in those families, is that the kids are paying upfront amount, because these parents are manipulating and extorting money out of the child, and they are dilly dangling, the inheritance, the property, and the house, and all of these things. So the kid is not really getting anything from the parent. The kid is indirectly paying, for the things that he's getting. So I mean, in healthy family, these things are not there. Healthy family, they will set you free, go do things for your future, do your own investment, and that's it. And whatever I have, once I'm not there, you guys can have it. That's how things are in healthy families. In narcissistic families, they will extort things out of you, and then they will leave something. In some of the cases, they might not leave also. So they financially drain you, these narcissistic parents. The other cost of pleasing narcissistic parent is, with mental exhaustion. So your mental health suffers under the weight of their unrealistic demands, expectations. So they will never care, what you are going through, what you are feeling on the inside. It's all about their demands, wants, needs, and requirement, and that's it. If you fail to give them what they want out of you, you're criticized, you're shamed, you're guilt tripped, you're compared, love and affection is withheld, all sorts of nasty things, silent treatment, stonewalling. They will do all sorts of nasty things with you. And when you are exposed to all of these nasty things, you are mentally exhausted, you are emotionally and psychologically exhausted, and that's the kind of price that you pay when it comes to pleasing your narcissistic parent. In a way, you are actually paying the price for preserving and protecting your own self. Yeah, because they are expert in making you feel miserable, and as kids we really don't want that. So the best thing is, let's shapeshift. The best thing is, let's please them. The best thing is just become a version that makes them feel good. Yeah, but in that process we are getting drained and depleted. Yeah, so I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. If you please them, you are drained. If you don't please them, you are drained and depleted. If you are with them, you're drained and depleted. If you go no contact, your entire life will be about working on yourself, therapy, and doing all sorts of things and reparenting yourself. So narcissistic parents, narcissistic families are like double-edged sword. You are damaged either ways, whether you be with them or whether you leave them. Yeah, and you have to spend a great amount of time in working on yourself and healing and patching yourself up. The other cost of pleasing your narcissistic parent is self neglect. So you are forced to ignore your own needs to keep them satisfied. So if you are having some needs, if you talk about it, you are shamed, criticized. Oh, now you want to do this and that. What about our sacrifices, all those guilt trips and manipulation? So they force you, they train you to ignore your own needs, because every time you had some needs, wants, requirement, desire, you were labeled as selfish and mean, ungrateful child, selfish, self-centered child. And as a result of which, we started believing that I need to put aside my needs. I need to prioritize them first. Yeah. So again, we, get into that, spiral of self-neglect, where, the focus is not on our own self. The focus is on them. Yeah. Let me do anything and everything, and satisfy them. But the question is, will you ever be able to satisfy them? No, you will never be good enough. Even if you sell your bones, blood, skin, hair, eye, kidney, heart, still you will not be able to satisfy them. Still you will be the not good enough child. And that's how they control you and extort things out of you. The other cost of pleasing your narcissistic parent is, having broken relationships. So they will push you, to sacrifice meaningful connections, that don't deserve their interest. So, anything that is not, serving them or helping them, they will immediately tell you to discard it. Yeah, you cannot have friends, you cannot, be in relationship with that girl. If she's not serving me, I'm not going to allow you to be in relationship with that girl. I'm going to, push you, to such an extent, that you guys get divorced. Yeah, if your kids are not serving me, if your spouse is not serving me, I'll make sure that, you guys get separated, or, I will, create some kind of drama, and, because of which, your whole attention will be on me. Yeah, so they, will push you to such an extent that, you will start, breaking up with people, you will start ending relationship. Yeah, and all of it is basically to maintain peace. All of it is basically to please your narcissistic parents. So in the process of pleasing your narcissistic parent, you might lose a lot of meaningful relationship. Yeah, I mean, those meaningful relationship might be really good for you, for your future, but, it's not good for them, it's not serving them. So they will try and eliminate anything and everything that's not, serving them in any way possible. The other cost of pleasing narcissistic parent is loss of authenticity. So pleasing them means suppressing your true self, your identity. Yeah, and, you have to somewhat, fit into their narrative. Yeah, you have to be a version that serves them. So again, you are losing your authenticity. And why are you losing that? Because, your authenticity was never, appreciated. Your authenticity was never, encouraged. Yeah, it was like a burden. They labeled you as selfish, mean. This is not how things are, you're just being mean and selfish. They will mock you, they will shame you, they will guilt trip you, do all sorts of things. And, in that process, you start suppressing your own self, you start neglecting your own self. Yeah, and you start becoming a version that maintains peace and harmony. You start becoming a version that, pleases them. Yeah, that um, in a way, supports, aids, and enables their narrative. Yeah, so in a way, you are killing your own self, in the process of pleasing your narcissistic parent. That's how damaging these narcissistic parents are. They will train you to betray your authentic self, they will train you to hide your authenticity, hide your authentic self, and become a fake version, become someone who you really are not, on the inside. Yeah, so that's how damaging these narcissistic parents are. And the last cost of, and the last cost that you pay, in the process of pleasing your narcissistic parent is identity erosion. So you gradually, dissolve your individuality, becoming the version, they approve of. Yeah, so it's always, about them, their needs, wants, and requirement. And, they keep shaming you, they keep guilt tripping you, they keep, throwing different labels at you. And as a result of which, you are never able to be your, authentic self. You are never able to, embrace your very own identity. Yeah, and you start, dissolving your individuality. Yeah, I mean, narcissistic parents, narcissistic societies are going to tell you, it's a horrible life if you're just living for yourself. You need to live for your family. No, I need to live for myself. And if I live for myself, I can do things for others as well. I can help, others, or I can help my loved ones. But if I don't love myself, if I don't, embrace my, authentic self, if I don't, embrace my authenticity, individuality, if I don't, respect myself, if I don't, take care of myself, if I don't love myself, how the hell, I would be able to help others? That's not the right way. But, in narcissistic society, narcissistic families, they will always tell you to prioritize the family above your needs, wants, and requirement. And the process is really painful. You have to, strip your authenticity, you have to strip your individuality, and, take on, a role, take on a form that pleases them and that makes them feel good. Yeah, that serves them in every way possible. So, your identity erodes, because of these narcissistic parents. And that's how they have you on hook. If you know who you are, if you are just being yourself, if you are prioritizing yourself, you might not play along, you might not tolerate their bullshit. Yeah, you might just move on in life. And that's not what they want, so they cripple you. Yeah, they start crippling you, they start manipulating you from an early age. And as a result of which, we become broken adults, we become children, wounded children, walking in adult bodies. Yeah, that's who we are. And if we choose to heal, then we go no contact, we work on ourselves, therapy and all of those things, then a lot of realization kicks in, then we start prioritizing our own self. And change happens, but till the time you are with them, you know nothing good will happen to you. Yeah, so yes, I mean, this is the cost that you pay, knowingly, unknowingly, directly, indirectly, when it comes to pleasing your narcissistic parents. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.